Hi everyone and welcome back to Vietnam IT Landscape, a podcast series proudly produced by NTQ Europe, a global trusted IT service provider. I'm Chloe and I will be your host for this series. This podcast is all about uncovering the real stories behind Vietnam's tech industry through the voices of people who lived, built and shared it from the inside. Whether they are tech leaders from Vietnam or international professionals who have worked closely with Vietnamese teams, our goal is to give you a grounded and honest view of what Vietnam really brings to the global tech table. Today, I'm really excited to be joined by Valentin Chernov, a senior software engineer with over 20 years of experiences. He's been living and working in Vietnam for several years now and has built some truly complex projects with Vietnamese team. So, hi Valentin, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me. It's nice to meet you and I'm glad to be here and let's talk a little bit.
Yeah, so you had quite a journey over like 20 years, working in software development across different countries. So what brought you here at the first place?
Actually, it's rather a personal matter. About 10 years ago, I traveled around Vietnam and I met my wife here. So since that time, I live in Vietnam.
Oh, I always find it's really interesting when someone not only decides to relocate, but actually stays. It usually means there's something about the place that really clicks with you, whether it's the people, the work culture, or even the rhythm of the daily life. So when you first moved to Hanoi, what was the transition like for you, both professionally and personally?
Actually, personally, I already explained. I met my wife here, and professionally, it's actually maybe also quite interesting story because in Russia, I've never looking for a job. Always job look for me. I changed 3 companies, and all of them just invited me to work with them. So when I moved to Vietnam, it was the first time in my life when I started to look for job. But since I had a very good experience in software development, I can find my job quite easy. Only after 1 month, I found my first company, and it was NTQ. So from that time, I work at NTQ.
So now you've been here for a while, living in Hanoi, working with local teams and like getting to know how the tech industry operates here. And I would love to dig a little deeper into your experience working with Vietnamese engineers.
Actually, do you know, if I compare my experience, for example, with company in Russia and here, I see that Vietnamese developers really they're quite young. NTQ is young company and all of their developers quite young people, and this is one of the advantages because when you are young, you are willing to study something. You are very curious, and this may be one of the important conditions to be successful developer. You need to be curious. You need to be able and you need to willing to study something new every day. When you develop software for your customer, it's very important to study something, to use this knowledge for your projects.
So how about the team collaboration? About the spirit, the work culture of the team?
It's also a very interesting experience because Vietnamese are very friendly. It's if I compare with Russia, for example, Vietnamese really like smiling a lot. when we try to discuss something, they always want to help. They very collaborative.
So we've talked about the people, about the way teams work here, the culture, and what it feels like on the ground. But I'd love to shift gears a little and talk about the technical side. Because beyond the working culture, Vietnam is also becoming known for real engineering strength. So in your experience, what areas do you think Vietnamese developers or teams are particularly strong in?
As my experience, as my personal opinion, if you are young, it really doesn't matter which area you are going to join. If you want to learn something new, you can learn something new about AI, you can learn something new about IoT, about cloud solutions, and IT area, IT field now quite big, and a lot of different subjects we can learn, so you can study what you can use in your projects to help your customer.
So they can really quick to adapt
Yes,
the project and the new technology, right?
yes.
So from your perspective, what do you think is going to be the technology trend in Vietnam in the next few years?
I think not only in Vietnam, but AI quite growing technology, maybe AI, IoT, cloud solution. So this is like modern technologies that popular not only in Vietnam, but around the world. So Vietnam can be also one of the leaders in this field.
So how do you feel about the potential of Vietnamese people in that technology trend?
So, Vietnam is fast-growing country. So here we have quite good education. So young people, it's willing to study. They have quite good English knowledge. So in potential, I really think quite high, because if your base level of education is quite high, you can join any field. You can be succeed in any area of IT.
So we've touched on the tech, the skills, the tools, the pace of learning, but beyond the code, there's bigger question: why Vietnam? Yeah, because from a global business perspective, more and more companies are looking beyond traditional markets, and Vietnam's name is coming up more often in boardroom conversations. From your point of view, when working with European clients, what makes Vietnam a strong software development partner today?
If we compare Vietnam and other countries, if we compare quality of software development in Vietnam and other country, for the same quality, the price of software development will be cheaper in Vietnam. So I think it's one of the advantages of Vietnamese developers.
Yeah, so the first one is the cost effectiveness, right?
Yes.
So is there any other reason?
And as a reason, I already told you, since Vietnamese developers quite young, they really more easy to study something new, to learn new technologies, to learn new frameworks, because the field of IT, the field of software development, changing quite fast. So every day some new software frameworks, new libraries appears. Maybe not all of them will survive, but some of them definitely stay with us for years. And we really have to be in the field. We have to be on this stream. And if you don't follow this stream, if you don't follow all new trends, you will be out of the game.
Do you know what's the reason why European clients barely know about Vietnam?
If Vietnamese companies advertise them more effectively, I think European customers can know better about potential of Vietnam.
Oh, so it's about the advertisement. Okay, that's our job.
Yes.
Okay, so really thank you, Valentin, for joining us today, and hope you success in the future.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. And for those of you tuning in, that is just one of many conversations we've been having in this series, all around the people and stories shaping the Vietnam IT landscape. You can follow more episodes from NTQ Europe's YouTube channel and visit ntqeurope.com if you'd like to learn more about how we build software from Vietnam to the world. Thanks again for listening, and see you next time.